Hey guys, how's it going? Ed here with another review, and today I'll be reviewing Dries van Noten par Frédéric Malle. This unisex eau de parfum fragrance was first released in February 2013, and the perfumer behind this is Bruno Jovanovic. It's available in a set of 3 10ml travel size atomizers for £75, a 50ml bottle for £115, and a 100ml bottle for £160. Now, the note breakdown according to basenotes.net are top notes of lemon and bergamot, mid notes of jasmine absolute, musk accord, saffron patchouli, and the base notes are santal mysore, vanilla, ethyl maltitol, sacrosol, and Peruvian balm. I went for the 3 10ml travel size bottles. They all look exactly the same as this, which is why just the one will be featured in this video. Now, the fragrance opens with a nanosecond of citrus from the lemon and the bergamot, then right after I get repeated hits of this harsh, musky floral accord. It's all slightly bitter and a little plasticky too, yet vaguely medicinal at the same time, which honestly makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. This effect created by the top notes only lasts for around 5 to 10 minutes on my skin. Now, in the mid, it all starts to become a little bit more balmy, and I definitely get hints of the saffron thrown in. This sweet pastry, sweet baked good, almost snickerdoodle-ish accord comes into play, and right at this point I feel like the fragrance shares a lot of similarities to one of the incarnations of Shalimar, only with more subtle depth and a forced chemical sweetness to it. If I'm going to be honest, for the most part, the mid all smells a little bit jumbled, with this slight bitterness to it. All in all, it feels like it has no shape whatsoever, and if I were to give this fragrance a colour, it would be beige. On my skin, the mid lasts for a very long time, easily over an hour. Then whilst we're in there, all of a sudden, as if by magic, the fragrance pulls itself together, and everything starts to become sweeter and lighter, also perhaps leaning more towards the feminine side of the spectrum too. Now, what I like is that sweet baked good, a sweet pastry, snickerdoodle-ish accord isn't overly sweet. As the fragrance dries down, it loses the chemically sweetness and becomes a subtle vanilla custard tart laced with a soft sandalwood concoction with an almost invisible touch of sweet spiciness to it as well. All in all, the dry down is really quite nice. However, for me, it comes far too late on in the day to redeem the fragrance. Now, to my nose, this is a jumbled, confused creation. There's a lot of very subtle layers to it, but it's lacking in direction. It feels like it's made with decent enough quality raw materials, but the execution just isn't there. Almost as if the perfumer wanted to take a risk, but then thought better of it and decided to play it safe. Plus, I get a very feminine vibe from this as well, and I think this is much better suited to a woman than a man. Also, in terms of season, probably best for the autumn and winter during the day. On my skin at least, this fragrance was a pretty poor performer in all categories: low sillage, below average projection, and average longevity. Personally, for me, I really wanted this fragrance, but ultimately it was a big letdown. So, final ratings for Dries van Noten par Frédéric Malle. Sillage on this was very tame, so it gets a 3 out of 5. Projection on this was below par 2 for what I expected. It projected maybe okayish for 4 hours or so. So projection gets a 3 out of 5. However, it lasted for a decent amount of time on my skin, say for around 9 hours, so for longevity it gets a 3.5 out of 5. And the overall smell is a 3.5 out of 5 as well, but mainly for how the fragrance dries down. Anyway, that's been my review of Dries van Noten par Frédéric Malle. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Cheers for watching and take care!